The designer here would like to have two different schedules for the two zones in the garden. This is an upper level here, that's there, and she's developed a plant schedule for that upper level. Notice that there are 32 lomandras in that particular zone there, but there is a need to put another schedule and a different schedule up here. How do we manage that? Let's right click and zoom extents, because I want to show you one potential problem with this design as it is. If we use our custom toolbar and show the plants that have been tagged or assigned to the associated plant data file, you can see there are a lot of them there. There's no data file associated with this at the moment, and I'm going to load one. And I'll use this tool and load our gCAD file and OK it. So now I've got a gCAD plant data file associated with this drawing. I'm going to zoom in on the existing plant schedule, which wasn't drawn by me, but which was drawn by the designer. What I'm going to do is to update it. And if we look on the standard toolbar here, we've got an update plant schedule. I click it and run it, and it runs with a different font. So let's first return to text styles, and I'll set standard as the current, and then I'll update that schedule again, and it updates. I should have made the schedule a little wider, but the point I'm making is that number of lomandras has jumped to 64. If I zoom extents, the reason that's happened is that it's counting the plants over here in a zone that's effectively been duplicated. So the way to remove that double count is to turn this into a block. So if I create a block, I'll call it temp1, and we'll OK it. Then I'll zoom in here again, and I'll redraw that plant schedule. I'll redraw it rather than update it, because I want to make it a little wider. So I can draw my plant schedule from there, and I'll come to around here. I have not paid attention. Let's right click and repeat that schedule. What the prompt was asking me for down here was the height. The text height 150 will be fine, and if I make it being the schedule a little wider, we should get things to work well. So we now have a count that's correct. Now, since we want to make another plant schedule up in this zone, what I am going to do is I'm going to explode that block first. If I explode it, it certainly won't take part in any, it won't update. And if I then turn this into a block, we'll call it temp2, and we'll OK it. Now we'll zoom extents, and I think what we'll do, this one's been turned into a block, but because we're going to work on that main base area and it's been duplicated, we'd better turn this one into a block as well. So now we're done. Now if we zoom in on here, what I'm hoping is when I create a new plant schedule over here, this one will be untouched, and the new one will work only on the symbols that have been tagged in this area. Let's firstly have a look, and we've got, if we zoom in there, we've got a number tagged. So if we draw a schedule now, we should get one plant species in the schedule. Let's unselect all and draw a new plant schedule. And we go from there. Oh, I've done it again. Repeat, hit the enter key. I need to set text height first, and we'll draw our schedule. And in it goes 10 acacia fettuccine, which was in this schedule over here. So we've created a new plant schedule for this area. So now it's just a matter of going through this zone here and tagging plants just as you would normally. The only disadvantage, of course, is you can't easily update this schedule. So if you're going to use double schedules like this, you should make sure you've got the design for this area complete. So if we go here into layout, that's not the one I'm after. Layout 2 is the one I'm after. this designer's done a really good job of incorporating pictures of the plants that she's used in the design. I'll take the grid off, I'll double click in here, and I should be able to move things around as I want. And what I need to do is get in here and move that out of the way because it's currently clashing. Let me show you. Display on the layout and deactivate there. The schedule is clashing at the moment. So I need to come back to the model. This is a block, remember? So I need to edit the block and move that group from there to perhaps here, close the block editor, go back into layout 2, and by chance we've hit in pretty much the right spot. So the scale bar is in there. That's not the way I like to do it. I prefer that scale bar to be in model space, but nonetheless that works, provided it when I click here and select the floating viewport, there is a fixed scale, a view scale of 88. So it's not quite right. I'm not quite happy about that. But nonetheless, I digress. What we're trying to show here is how to have multiple plant schedules in one design. Here I've tagged more species in the plan, you can see, and over on the right, and I'll zoom in a little, I've drawn the plant schedule again. This designer has laid things out beautifully, and if I go over here onto the sheet, see how images and so on have been used to indicate understory planting and species above, and the layering effect that she's put into the garden. There's a very nice elevation view here. So we now have a plant schedule there on that sheet, and on the second layout sheet, the earlier plant schedule that we did. I'll just take line weight off for the moment so that we can zoom in and see fine lines. And let's come back to the model and I'll zoom extents. And now we're out again. So I hope you can see that it's relatively easy to have multiple schedules within one design.